through healing and witnessing healing in others. I always liked science and the mix of social sciences with natural sciences that the psychology field provided. I just fell in love. As a little girl, I wanted to be a veterinarian or a marine biologist. I loved animals and nature, I still do. But I just fell in love with human behavior and the complexity of the human brain. So I think I chose well. No, not at all. I think counseling is for everyone, actually. Us therapists have our own counselors, and I think it's nothing wrong with seeking help through adversities or the struggles of life, or just maintaining wellness and health. Trauma is just one of the many reasons why somebody would seek counseling. But from communication skills to relationships, from boundaries, mental health, anxiety, depression, trauma-related or not trauma-related. If you want to have a more well-balanced life and improve, yourself in many ways, have balance in your life, and live a more joyful, healthy lifestyle, that's a good reason to enroll in counseling. There's nothing more important than reaching happiness. Sometimes we focus on achievement and goals and career goals, and we forget that, success is not the key to happiness, but happiness is the key to success. I think you feel that is an instinct that you have connection. Is that counselor, it's educating you as what treatment modalities are using, are they empathetic, are they understanding, and you feel that in session as well. You could feel comfortable in session, that you can talk about anything, you're not being judged. Is somebody that, demonstrates empathy and demonstrates that they want the best for you and they're working in your best interest. I was talking about this the other day with a colleague, because we get all these trainings and all of this about whether it's EMDR and IFS, and I'm fascinated about all of those. But at the end of the day, yes, I talked about the science component and the clinical aspect of it, but this is really an art to connect with people. So if you found yourself a counselor that you don't connect with, please do yourself a favor and find another therapist that you can connect, because that is the key to success in the therapeutic relationship and alliance. You want to establish that, especially towards the beginning. Otherwise, it will be really hard to get through those treatment goals and achieve any progress in session. So I would say definitely that connection, and obviously you do want a well-trained, experienced counselor. But I think most importantly is that connection, that you feel safe, you feel comfortable, you feel listened, you feel that person understands you, and at least tries to understand you the best way. So my first session is an assessment, pretty much, and also establishing that rapport with my client. And I educate a lot about what the counseling process would be, what my recommendations are, the treatment plan, and where I would focus. It's a constant assessment, though. It's not here's a cookie cutter treatment plan for everyone. So I'm constantly assessing day by day. I may have a plan or something I might want to go over in a session, and that might completely change. And I feel like those are the best sessions. They're authentic, genuine. So it's not like I'm a teacher and it's a curriculum and it's this structured. Although it's good to have some structure, but I think that you need that flexibility in therapy. We're dealing with humans here. So it's not, I would say it's not open heart surgery, but even open heart surgery doesn't always go the same way, and that surgeon has to kind of be flexible as well. So the same way, we do have to have that flexibility. And again, with that connection with the client is where you find what is it that my client needs and how can I adjust and individualize that treatment plan so I'm really meeting my client's needs in a day-to-day, in a weekly basis, because that may change. And when you establish at the beginning of their treatment, it might be very different within a week or two. I think positive affirmations, and that's probably one of the hardest things for people to come to counseling the first day, and they're driving nervous to get there, and they start kind of like backing themselves out, like, I don't need this, I don't know what I'm doing this. And I would say breathe, relax, and just really be confident about you doing something good for yourself just be proud about it. I think that it's more threatening at the beginning, not knowing, and once you get here, you feel safe and you're like, okay, this is not so bad. So I think sometimes we get caught up in our thoughts, and that's really what triggers a lot of that anxiety and nerves. But if you just breathe and say, there's a reason why I have this instinct in me to seek help, and it is okay. So give yourself that permission. Sometimes we're really hard on ourselves, and there's a lot of mental health stigma so that we carry with ourselves, like, what does this mean? It's like, I do have problems. Am I crazy? Like, what does it mean, me seeking counseling for myself and for others? So sometimes we internalize those things. And I think being aware of that is important, and really follow your instinct and what's right for you, and give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? This takes me to a whole different areas of my life, both personally and professionally, right? But I'll start with therapy. Like I said, I think just being present. I'm very passionate about working with trauma, and I think we all have some type of trauma to some extent, right? So again, being there in the moment and really being empathetic with my clients and providing that compassion and the best possible expertise that I can to my clients. It's how I spread that love. I do consider myself an honored for being an instrument of God, for being given this gift of being able to help others. And I feel like that's how I would spread love and continue to do so. And personally, I would definitely say always focus first at home. If you want to change the world, start at home. So spreading love to my family, my friends, my loved ones is also key, not just professionally, but personally. And we have to do what we preach for.